All right, guys, we're recording. We are going to do a pretty quick and to the point training. This is going to be basically on how to be editing photos for social media. Before I go into it, I feel like I should preface the fact that this is not an obligation. Like, this is definitely not something that you have to do for your business, but it is a resource and a tool that is going to be available for you to truly make your pictures in your Instagram and your Facebook very aesthetically pleasing. For me, having an aesthetics background, my eyes just really appreciate bright things, bright pictures, and they're very attracted to that. So that's what we're going to be focusing on, is just really giving you the tools and the resources available to help make you and to help you have these pictures really pretty. So we're just gonna, if you are on here, hopefully you just have a pen and paper ready. I am just gonna throw some tips at you in the beginning. And then after that, I will actually go into and I'll actually screen share my phone and show you some of the editing that I do. And if Chrissy needs to intercept at any point in time and wants to add any tips and advice, definitely feel free to do that, Chris. If any of you have any questions as we are going along in the Zoom or training, definitely utilize the chat to ask those questions. So let's get going, okay? First and foremost, let's talk about just how to take the best picture. You do not need a really expensive camera to have very pretty, very crisp pictures. I just use my iPhone for all of my pictures that I take. I know, Chrissy, you just use your iPhone for all of the pictures that you take. That's all you need. I know majority of us have smartphones today, so just use the camera on your smartphone. But here are some tips, okay? First and foremost, natural light is going to be your best friend. This harsh light that I have on me right now is not my best friend. I would never take a picture right now under this harsh lighting from inside when it's dark outside. Take your pictures when it's sunny, when it's bright out. Take a picture when you are right next to a window. Use that natural light to your advantage. It is really going to help make your pictures very crisp. It's going to get rid of like any blur that you would see if you were to take it like inside a building where you didn't have that natural lighting. So just make sure you are right next to the window and just getting that natural lighting. Honestly, I try to be as close to the window as I possibly can if I'm going to be taking a selfie. So natural light is your best friend, okay? So always remember that. If you are taking, while natural light is your best friend, there are some tools out there that you can utilize, that you can purchase, but they aren't necessary. There are ring lights available. There are also ring light attachments available for your phone, but really those are best used for whenever you are in an environment that you don't have that natural lighting. So another thing, and this might sound very elementary, very like trivial, but clean your lens, okay? Every time I go to take a picture, clean your lens. Clean the front of it. If you're doing a selfie, clean the back of it. If you're doing like a shot with your back camera. It's so weird. You know, when I go to take a picture, it's like, man, I feel like it's just like really foggy for some reason. Clean your lens. It'll help tremendously. Another tip, have a very, very steady hand when you're doing it. So if you're having your four-year-old take a picture and they're running around trying to take your picture, it's going to be blurry, okay? So try to be as steady as you possibly can when taking that picture. One thing that is very beneficial with this is using a tripod. You guys, you can go on Amazon and you can buy a tripod for like 10, 15, 20 bucks. They are very, very beneficial. You can also, if you don't want to spend any money, which, okay, you don't have to, set your camera for your phone up, you know, and just set the timer on your phone to go off. You can also get a clicker. You can purchase a clicker that's Bluetooth assemble or Bluetooth available, and can click to your phone and just click the Bluetooth clicker and it'll take your picture for you. So yeah, we use the timer all the time. So steady hand, it will reduce like any like blurriness and whatnot. So got the timer, got the clicker. Also, take a lot of pictures. Okay, you know, you probably have seen memes and whatnot about like it takes you 127 times to get the perfect selfie. You guys, take a ton of pictures, take it at different angles, take it at different, like you're standing differently. A lot of times it just gives you the options to scroll through and get the one that is going to best suit your feed. Okay, yes, take 30 pics. Yes, clean the lens. It's a game changer, I swear. It's a lot of people don't realize that it does really put a blur on your picture. So tilting your phone to get different pictures. So like this, like this, like this, like this. Like constantly be moving your phone, different angles. These are just, I'm just talking selfies for this, but I'm even talking like flat lay pictures or holding a cut picture, like just doing all different types of angles. Take a ton of pictures so you have a variety to choose from, you guys. So as far as a selfie, whenever you are doing a selfie, the best angle is going to be like this, okay? With the phone up above you a little bit. Your picture like this is never gonna look good on anybody. With the phone down, like it's gonna make you look like you got a triple chin, okay? Always up. It's going to give you the best angle. And even if you're having like my Instagram hubby, you know, we all have our spouses turned into Instagram hubby. He's come to know and to realize that the pictures that look best are when he's taking them at more of an angle down onto the subject of, you know, who, if it's just me or whatever. So best angle is always going to be up and looking down. So, and then always tilt your phone. When you are also doing a selfie, get right in front of the window as close as you can if you're inside, and just be facing the window. Don't have the window behind you. Be facing the window so you're getting that natural light. My lens has a crack on it, so lots of time. Oh yeah, that would might need to get that fixed, Allison. Okay, also when shooting, you can adjust the brightness and you can pick the subject in which you are shooting. So say for instance, I'm wanting to take a picture of my mug right now. I'll be back here like this, and I'll actually click on my mug on the screen of my phone to make sure that my camera really focuses in on that. But I can also adjust the brightness by holding it down and then pushing up on the screen. And then that will bring the brightness, and you can even make it darker. But I usually do go brighter because I like bright, and I like bright pictures. So any questions, or Chrissy, is there anything that you would want to add as far as like photo taking? I think that's really, it's very, very simple. And I think just remembering, number one, natural light is your best friend, and take a ton of pictures and clean your lens, because every time, I swear, every time I go take a picture, I'm cleaning it with my shirt, selfie and the back one. So if there's no questions on that, we can go ahead and move into editing. This is the fun part.
Something really quick. And like you said, make sure you're facing the light, and that, just like a quick tip for you guys, is just to always have that light in front of you rather than the light behind you, because if the light's behind you, it's just going to mess up your whole picture, and you're not even really going to see yourself. You're just going to see all of this going on behind you. So always face the light instead of having the light behind you.
Yes. And if you are outside, you know, outside pics are great too. Make sure you're utilizing the sun, but you're also utilizing the shadows. So make sure that you aren't like squinting towards the sun. Kind of get yourself in the shadow, but still have that sun to really like help brighten your picture. That will always help. So, all right, I think we're ready for the fun part. I love love editing. Like I said, it kind of allows us to be creative with this, and I don't know, I just really like this part. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to share my phone screen after I give you a few apps. Now, here's the thing. These are apps that I use on a daily basis. These are not necessarily the apps that you are going to fall in love with. There are so many different apps available to help you edit your photos. You're going to have to play around with it, but I know myself, I know Chrissy, we can fully train you on these apps because we do use them all the time. So these are the most important ones. Number one, I use Facetune. The reason I use Facetune, and I'll show you in a little bit. Oh, and there's Cassie barking again. I use Facetune because if you're ever taking a picture and you want to just kind of blur out some of the background, I use that one for it because I think it's the easiest. So I use that. I don't know what she's barking. Anyway, I also use, okay, Chris, will you be able to type these in the chat for me as I'm saying them?
Yep, that's fine.
So the first one is Facetune, and I will show you guys how I do these as soon as I give them to you. Cassie, stop. I don't know why I'm yelling at her. She's deaf and can't hear me. Okay, Facetune.
Tend to her real quick, and I'll go over an app. Get her to start.
No, but I'll have Tyson.
Okay, sounds good.
Tyson, we gotta see what Cassie wants. She's barking. Sorry. Okay. After I say mine, and there's some you want to add, you can too. Snapseed. I use Snapseed because there is a tool that allows you, I have a hair, it's driving me nuts. There's a tool that allows you to just brighten certain parts of the picture. Or if I don't want to brighten everything that I have on my picture, I just go and use Snapseed. Another one, I don't use it anymore, but I'll tell you why. Pick, Tap, Go. Okay, Pick, Tap, Go is a great free app for you to photo edit. I always use Lightroom. Lightroom allows me to use presets, which we will go over presets as well. These have been a game changer for my pictures for social media. It allows me to have like a true, like it flows so good that all have like the same look to them. So Lightroom is, and when I say preset, let me kind of explain what a preset is. A preset is basically like, it's the same exact contrast. It's the same brightness levels. It's the same, it's basically like the same formula. Would you not say, like, use that as a good like word? It's a formula for what it does to your picture. So those are my main 4 apps that I use for photography. Chrissy, did you want to add another one?
I think really you covered all of them. One of them that I do use the defocus in the Facetune app, but sometimes I also use the blur in the Repix app. So I'll type that one in there.
Okay.
And it's basically like, it's almost like an eraser or like the back of a pencil where you just go in there and select what you want to blur. And I'll just use that on there. But other than that, yeah, that's pretty well the exact same ones that I use too.
Okay, perfect. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'll screen share and I'll show you how to do the Facetune. I'll show you how to do the Snapseed, and I will show you, I can do Pick, Tap, Go, and I'll also do the Lightroom. So let me do this. Okay, can you see my screen? Yes, okay. So what I'm going to do is the first one that I'm going to go into, I have all of my apps, photography apps, in this little folder. So the first one that I will go into is going to be Facetune 2. Okay, so it's this, I don't even know what that little guy is there, but it's this one. Okay, so I'll click on Facetune 2. This is a picture that I actually did tonight of Allie's gymnastics class. So the only reason that I used it is because if you zoom in, I guess I already did it here. So let me undo it, undo defocus. There. So you can kind of see, like, those are just sheets that she had like hanging up on the wall. You can see like the wrinkles in it. So the only thing that I did is I scroll over until I see defocus. There's defocus. So I just click on it, and I just clicked auto. A lot of times just doing that will be good enough, and you can adjust how blurry you want it, or how blurry you do not want it. So I just kind of edit it to where it just kind of smooths it out. It almost makes it look like you just kind of took like a steamer or an iron to it. So, and then that's good. And then you would just save it to your camera roll. So that's really all that I would use. That's all that I use Facetune for. So any questions on that? I can't see the chat. Let me grab it. Okay, you got these, Chris? Yes. Okay. All right, so there's Facetune. Let me go out of this, and I will show you Snapseed. Okay, so Snapseed, I said I use this one basically to brighten just certain areas of a picture. So let me open another picture that I wanted to show you. So I'm gonna show you this one. This is an unedited picture. Nothing has been done to it. But what I'll do is say, I just want to kind of brighten up that, say, the concrete and the wood. So what I'll do is I'll click on Tools. And again, this is just to brighten, and then I'll click on Brush. And when I click on that, and then I'll go to Exposure. And this just allows me to take my finger becomes a brush, and I will just brighten up these areas. Okay. So, and you can do it as many times as you want. Like there was just once, apply it. I could do it again by clicking Tools, Brush, Exposure, and then just going through again and just brightening that up. So that's that. So I can just then export it. You can just save it. You can save a copy, and it gets saved to your camera roll. Any questions on that? Okay, no. Okay, now I will show you PicTapGo because this one is the free app. Presets do cost. You can get very affordable presets, but PicTapGo is free. So we'll go in that one first, and we'll just kind of look at the difference. I don't do that now. Let's do this. Okay, so I'll finish editing this one. I'll click on Edit at the top. And then a lot of times whenever I did PicTapGo, I used 3 different ones, but you can also create your own quote-unquote style. So you can save the filters exactly how you like them in there. So I would always use lights on, but I would adjust it a little bit. So I would kind of bring it down just a little so it's not quite so bright. And then you can go up, just scroll up after you do that. And then you can click on, I would always use crispity to really make it just kind of just really crisp. You can edit how much you want it on there, how crispy you want it. And then I would do contrast. And then again, edit how much you want it to look like. So then I would just save it. Okay, so that's saved. It was as easy as hitting 3 buttons and adjusting the scale on it. Now, one click in Lightroom can do the exact same thing as that. So I'll go into Lightroom, and I'm going to show you actually number 1. Let me do this. I wanted to show you these pictures, or this one picture. This is the difference what one click in Lightroom did to my picture. Okay, so this is with Lightroom, this is with a preset. You can find presets on Etsy. There are, I mean, I think you can get a preset for like what, $5, Chris? Yeah. It did take me a little while to find a set of presets that I was obsessed with. I did finally find them, but you can get them on Etsy. You can see them if you would like search for hashtag Lightroom presets on Instagram. Ton of them that way too. So there's a lot of different Lightroom presets available. So mobile Lightroom preset is what you would look for. Oh, there you go. And she typed it. We are twins. So, okay, so here's the one picture. Now I'm going to show you going into Lightroom. Down at the bottom here, where you see like the little camera with the plus, I'm going to click on that. And then I'm going to click on this. I'm going to go to my favorites because I have a couple picked out that I wanted to just kind of show you. Where'd they all go? Where's favorites? Oh, there. Okay. I'm going to show you this one. So this one of Ash. This picture was taken on the other side of this table was a beautiful big window. Okay, so we had the natural light working for us. This is unedited. It looks so crisp and so clean because we had that natural light right there. So I am going to, basically the only thing I'm going to do at this point is I'm going to scroll all the way over until I see presets. I'm going to click on presets, and all of these are presets that I have actually purchased. Some of them have been purchased like in a group. Say I bought like so many I got 6 of them for a certain amount, okay? So I'm gonna go through and I'm gonna look at which one I like best here. I use bright white and brighter greens a lot, but I'm not digging that right now on this picture. So you just kind of play around. That looks really good. And it was just, and done. You could, if you wanted, still adjust the sharpness, but you can go click on detail. You can adjust the sharpening if you want it to be even sharper. Okay. You could also go to effects and you could adjust the clarity of it. Or say it just looked like it did have a little bit of a haze on it. You could dehaze, and it just really just so, and then you just save it to your camera roll. Okay, and then I'm going to do one more. I think really the biggest thing with presets is just figuring out what you want your look to look like, what you want your Instagram to look like. So the big thing that I want with mine is I want it very bright. I want it very airy. So that's what I looked for when I was looking at presets. So let me click on one more. Oh, there's Kinley Girl with her foot in her mouth. Let's do that. Oh, that one's not clear. Oh, look at her there. Look at that foot in her mouth. Okay, so let's just go to presets. And you can just see how it just kind of just makes it pop. I could go with that. I could still brighten it if I wanted it even a little more brighter by going to exposure. I could mess with the contrast if you just want it to be just like a little more like crisp, I would say. And then also you can edit the detail and the effects. Look at those blue eyes popping. So, any questions? Anything that you think we need to add as far as Lightroom goes? I think, it really is finding the preset that you're obsessed with, that you really like, and that's about it. So, one other thing that I said I would touch base on were flat lay pictures. So if you ever see like, looks like they're laying down, One thing you can do is you can grab a poster board. You could just do a plain white poster board. You could do, you could go to Hobby Lobby and you can get, they have poster boards that look like hardwood flooring. They have a ton of different ones, as long as it's not too busy. It was a board for you to use. A rug. I purchased just a white rug to use for our flat lay pictures. A blanket, just anything, just that you can that kind of would like wash out the background almost. So, any questions? What do you think? Mm-hmm.
I have one more app that I thought of while you were speaking there, and I'm not sure if this one, if I'm even going to like, I'm not even going to try to pronounce this, but it's VSCO, and it's very similar to Lightroom. But what you can actually do is you can go to Pinterest and you can search VSCO recipes, and it'll actually tell you exactly what tools in there to use, and you're essentially creating your own preset for VSCO. Visco, I don't even know if that's how you say it or what. But it's basically kind of the same thing as Lightroom, but it's totally free. You're not paying for any presets or anything like that. You're just putting in the time to make that one preset or recipe within Visco, and you'll be able to save that one and use that one for all of your pictures in the future. So that one's another option for you guys to be able to use on your pictures.
Yeah, perfect. I think that's it, you guys. Like we said, just kind of find that preset that you love if you want to use Lightroom. If not, you don't want to purchase a preset, that's fine too. Use Pick Tap Go. And you can kind of do your own. Or like Chrissy said, use VSCO and grab and find the recipes on Pinterest and make that work until you're ready to actually purchase. So, oh, you did have it. That's right, Allison. So as far as whenever you want them to not come together in a paragraph. So our question is whenever you are putting your caption on Instagram and you want it to kind of stay apart, you know, and not be all collided together. What I do is I put like a little period in each space at the beginning of each of the, like where the sentence should be. And that will keep that space whenever you hit submit and it goes actually to your Instagram. So, just make sure that period's there to keep spaces in between. And you did have a question about the music, and maybe somebody else will know. Allison said that she updated her phone, she updated her app, and for some reason the music option, whenever for her to actually like take a video, isn't on Instagram. It's on mine. I don't know where it would go.
Okay, so I'll kind of address it two different ways here. One, if the music option just is legit not even showing up at the swipe up, then, and if it's never been there for her, Instagram hasn't rolled it out to her yet. And it's so weird that Instagram does it like this. They do it to where like some people only get features before other people instead of just rolling it out to everyone at one point. Or if it's been there and it's just not working properly, what I would do is just delete the app and reinstall it. I know Ash texted me yesterday morning and said her music feature wasn't working on her, and I just told her to delete the app and reinstall it.
And did it work?
I'm not sure. She didn't say.
Because Allison, I'm not 100%, but I think she had it before. So, so maybe the best thing to do would be to go ahead and delete the app and then, go ahead and delete it and reinstall. So,
perfect.
Did that also answer your question about the caption, Allison?
For that caption too, after you guys like type out a sentence and you have your period, make sure there's not a space after the period and hit return. And then that'll keep it from jumbling your sentence back up with the other sentence. And then just add another period and hit return. So just making sure there's not a space after the period.
Yes. Yeah, because if you have the space, the return goes away. Mm-hmm. So you have to make sure that it's right after. So, and then just, put the period there. So any other questions? questions? Good. I'm glad it was helpful.
Throw out a quick tip. I know it can be super scary and uncomfortable the very first time that like because you feel like you're not very good at selfies or you're not good at having people take pictures of you. You guys, the more you do it, the more comfortable you're going to get at it. Because I will assure you, we did not like just wake up one day and we were killing it at selfies and people taking pictures of us. Like it took a lot of practice, and there's still so many times that we're like, what do we do with our hands? Like, I don't know what to do with my hands, but just have fun with it. And the more you do it, the more comfortable you're going to get with it. And the more times your followers and your friends see you on your feed, the better that's going to be. It's going to develop that trust and that relationship between the two of you. So just have fun with the selfies and people taking pictures of you, just pictures of you working on your phone and just looking at the camera, smiling, just having fun with it. And that'll do great things for your feed too.
Yeah, if it feels awkward, it's probably a good thing because we feel awkward every time we do it. And don't think that we're pros over here because like Chrissy said, we're like, where do we put our hands? I don't know what to do with my hands. But we have fun, and that's all that matters. So yeah, just have fun with it, like she said. All right, if there's no other tips, I think it's good, quick and to the point. So hopefully you guys got a ton of value from this. Hopefully you can take it and take your Instagram and your social media photography to a whole nother level. So have a good night, guys, and we'll see you guys all soon.